Hey, Michael Church, Crawl Space Ninja. I got a special video for all of you out there that are looking to possibly hire Crawl Space Ninja, whether you're in one of our service areas or you're looking to get an inspection to see if Crawl Space Ninja can help with your crawl space. I wanted to explain the different packages that we offer, all right? I believe in trying to keep things simple, and if somebody comes in there and gives you, an estimate that is hard to understand or read, and then you don't really know what you're getting. So we've broken our encapsulation packages down into 4 easy, hopefully easy to understand packages, and we call them the bronze, the silver, the gold, and the platinum. And I'm gonna go over each one of these so that way you as a homeowner can decide which one you would possibly like when the inspector comes out to take a look at your crawl space, and hopefully to eliminate any confusion in the future. So stay tuned. So the first package I want to get into is called the bronze package. Now I want you to think of this as a new construction package, okay? So if you're building a home and you don't have any, major humidity problems, the wood's dry, different things like that, that would be the bronze. So even if your crawl space is older, maybe your home was built many years ago, if you don't have any visible mold, any kind of visible mold, and the moisture of the subfloor and the joist is good, you don't need anything more than a bronze. Okay, so the bronze is your encapsulation with plastic, your active ventilation system so that we can push those soil gases out, and then of course includes dehumidification, okay? So that is like our basic package that we try to go with. If you have a lot of moisture built up in the joist or visible mold that you see, I would recommend you go to one of the next packages. But if you want to just, make sure that the crawl space humidity is controlled, the bronze is normally the best option for that if there's not a whole lot of issues. It doesn't address any type of insulation. We're assuming with the bronze you have some kind of subfloor insulation up in there, which you need some type of insulation. We're not going to take that out and replace it because there's no reason to. You don't have moisture or mold for us to take it out. So that's when the bronze is the most popular. Now, if for some reason your crawl space does not have any insulation, we can add insulation to the bronze, but most of the time it does not come with insulation at all because it's more designed for a new build of a house. It's that kind of situation. Also, if you have flooding, we can take care of flooding under a bronze as well. It's called a bronze with water management. So let's get into the silver. Now, a silver is pretty easy to remember because a silver is a bronze plus insulation, and we're going to apply a mold liquid. And I want to explain that mold liquid. A lot of times when you read our inspections or our contracts or whatever it is that you're looking at, it'll use the word mold cleaner. Okay, that can be misleading. The Tennessee Department of Agriculture requires us, since we use a non-EPA registered product, okay, it's not EPA registered, it's not a pesticide, that we have to call it a mold cleaner. And to me, that is the worst naming ever, all right? Because as a homeowner who maybe isn't, familiar with the ins and outs of crawl space and mold remediation and all that, you may assume that we're going to go in and clean the wood and remove the visible mold. That is not what a mold cleaner means. All it is just a liquid that we're going to apply to a silver. So when would you use a silver and not a bronze? You would use that silver if all of the wood in the crawl space is wet, but there's no visible signs of mold. Okay, so if I go into your home and I take my moisture meter, humidity's high, wood moisture content is high, but there's no visible signs of mold. Maybe this is the first year it happened. You had a huge mold problem. You changed out your HVAC system. Humidity started exploding, but you got us in there early and there's no visible signs of mold, but we still need to remove that insulation. I'm going to take that insulation down, dry that wood out, apply that mold liquid, also known as a mold cleaner, and then I'm going to seal all the vents but one, put that active ventilation system in, encapsulate the crawl space, insulate also the foundation walls because I just removed all of your insulation between your subfloor, insulate those foundation walls and get you back into code with that dehumidifier as well. So that's a silver. So a gold is actually our most popular package because, let's face it, normally by the time we get called in, there's mold everywhere. It's all over the place, right? The HVAC person goes down there and they don't want to get in there because, there's like fuzz growing all over the joist or, you know, whatever. You had a plumbing leak and you got all kinds of mold all over everything. So that's why the gold typically is our most popular package. Now what a gold is it's a silver plus air sealing of the subfloor and soda blasting. So that is the package where we visibly remove the mold. So if you want the wood to be clean, all right, that's the package you want to choose, is a gold package. So imagine it like this. I go in there, I'm, you know, you've seen some of the videos of like that yellow mold all over the wood, and even if it's just a little bit of mold, I would still recommend a gold package. We actually have a saying, if you see mold, get a gold, all right? So that's the thing about a gold, is we're gonna go in and soda blast and visibly remove all that mold. Then we're gonna apply that mold cleaner, that liquid, after we do that, so that way it gets absorbed into the wood, takes care of that mold's root system if needed. And then we're going to also, before we do the soda blasting, we're going to air seal all the subfloor to make sure to try to keep that, as much of that soda out as we can of the living space, and also to make the crawl space very energy efficient. So that's the upgrade from a silver to a gold, is soda blasting with air sealing. And then basically a platinum is a gold with water management or waterproofing. We wanted to sound really cool and have that, the ultimate package called a platinum package. So, you know, it also is very popular, but it's more for someone who has a mold issue and flooding. So if you have just a mold issue that you can visibly see the mold, the gold is the way to go. If you have mold issue with the potential of flooding, then you want to go with the platinum. Hopefully that helps you out. Also, there's a couple of upgrades you can do with each one of those packages. You can add, you know, an underlayment to the plastic to bring that plastic to a limited lifetime warranty. You can air seal the rim joist. We only recommend air sealing rim joists on golds and platinums unless the silver has no visible mold at all. Then you can air seal the rim joist there. You can also apply X70, which is our protectant. That basically, it's kind of like you painting your deck. Right? It's the same thing to the wood. It actually prevents the wood from absorbing moisture, as well as prevents mold from growing on the wood. But that also is only available on a gold or a platinum package. If you have a water management system, you can add that battery backup system to make sure that sump pump runs whenever you are in a storm, or perhaps you lose power or something like that. Then, and of course, if your crawl space needs a new door, we can add those to just about any of those packages. One last thing I want to say, if you don't have the budget for even a bronze, at least get a dehumidifier and an active ventilation system, and then work your way towards one of those other packages, because controlling humidity, in my opinion, is probably the #1 thing that you should be doing down there to keep that mold from getting worse. It's not going to kill the mold like a lot of those contractors say, but at least we can start the drying process. So whenever you have the ability to go with a bronze, silver, gold, or platinum package, at least the wood's dry and we can get started as quickly as possible. Hopefully that information will help you choose the right package when our ninjas come out to say hi. And I just want to thank you all for even having us come out and do the inspection. And if you've hired us or are planning on hiring us, I really want to say thank you so much, and I hope you make it a happy and blessed day, and we'll see you later.